Satan saw an inch and asked for a mile. Was Peter potential another Judas in the making? We don't know, but we also know in the book of Hebrews that we have a high priest who intercedes with us, who knows what weakness is all about. And Peter still had a journey. He struggled. We are called to look in the spiritual mirror of the fullness of stature of Jesus. Paul said, "Thanks be to God through our Lord Jesus Christ that we can have the victory over this kind of dual nature, this sinful nature." How do we measure up? Do we see the same vulnerabilities that Paul experienced, that Peter experienced? Do we have failures? Do we have less than successes? Do we have good intentions? Because sometimes 2018 can be characterised by just good intentions but devastating regrets. What about our recurring weakness? What about that side of our portrait that's not so favourable? I saw a gospel film once where a little horny-faced, there was a man sitting down there and there was a little angelic face on his shoulder and a little horny beast on the other shoulder, and there was a conversation and he was wrestling with those two natures. We see the best and worst of Peter in 2 minutes. Maybe it was 1 minute. Peter beckoned Jesus that he could step out of the boat and walk to Jesus. And Jesus encourages him. And so Peter steps out of the boat, and the best side of Peter is heralded. None of the other disciples did that. Peter steps out and walks to Jesus. But then we see the worst side of Peter because he sees the wild waves. "Lord, save me," as he sinks in the water. And there was the Bible Advocate posted a picture this morning, Jesus marvelled at unbelief, when Peter took his eyes off Jesus, of the Lord who was there, and saw the wild waves. His faith was undermined by what he saw, and we see a sinking man rather than a man standing because of the power and the presence of Jesus. All within 30 seconds. We'll see that switch in Peter further on, and his life is a testimony for us today. How often do we fail when our eyes are taken of Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith?